I would say that the world is escaping us in the sense that we have let many things happen that we could have prevented, and we still are able to prevent a great deal in terms of public health, in terms of climate change, in terms of political participation and democracy. These are all things that are pretty much actually in our hands. We can still impact on them. These are not only a question of natural disasters, a lot of them are man-made disasters. So yes, I think we have let things go, and we've either taken a step back, we've not participated in elections, we don't think we can make a difference, we don't know if we can make an impact, we don't want to change the ways we think, the ways we behave, and the ways we act. And these are all things that ultimately come back to haunt us. I think it's extremely important to make sure that we are talking with everyone, including people who disagree with us. And I think part of the trauma that we are living is that there's a lot of people who disagree with one another, and there's a lot of people who do not speak to one another, but speak at one another. And I think part of the work that I do in my own organization with the women and men of faith who are inspired by faith, but they are not representing necessarily their respective institutions, religious institutions, or even religious traditions, is we try to secure a space where we can come together with those who think like us, but also with those who disagree and don't think like us, and engage in dialogues with one another, but also make ourselves available, make our knowledge, which is faith-inspired, available for those who are genuinely seeking, organizations or individuals or groups who are genuinely seeking knowledge and wisdom. We believe that there's a supply and demand of wisdom, and it's not always matched. We try to match that supply and demand, especially with people who are interested in understanding a worldview and much experience that is influenced by faith. Not necessarily Christianity, Islam, Judaism, but any faith in divinity. We are inspired, and we wish to share the wisdom in that space. And I think that kind of engagement remains interesting, unusual, and at the same time, perhaps an interesting addition to the realms of dialogue and engagement. I think I would say not to believe that I am owed the whole world, that the whole world owes me, but rather to question what I may be able to contribute to those around me, the immediate circle. We often think of serving those outside, of being outside, when in fact sometimes the closest people to us are the ones who may be the most benefit of us and for us. And so I think three things. The first would be keep an open mind about the people close to you and try to make sure that those relationships are healthy. Understand that it's not just what we are owed, but what we may be owed and what our responsibility to those around us is. And the third is perhaps appreciate that if I'm not looking after myself, nobody else will. So it's important to look after ourselves in order to be of better service to those we love and those we don't like.